All
I
right,
wish
guys.
there
I'm really
wasn't a
sorry,
curfew. The
but you'll have
outside
to
sounds are so nice.
you'll have to deal with ads again. My apologies.
How could you?
Sorry.
I will wither away.
Like right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me film it.
No. No.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
Tell me about this foxxylillyvt. Is she actually a fox girl? Like
I don't.
copious amounts of crack.
Hello, Kana.
It's funny. It's funny that Crooked mentions crack, even though I didn't send the meme in Uzi Gang. And whatever I had when I created that meme, I want it again.
Yeah, I want. Can you share? I
Ah,
want whatever the hell you were on.
I think
Floating
it was
head?
just some
Oh,
simple amnesia.
I'm always a floating head when I
Elia dink donk, Elia
start
dink
my
donk, Elia dink donk, Elia dink donk.
Hi, Kana. Thank you for the resub. Hello, hello.
Kana.
Wait, I'm not moving.
Hi, Kana.
Kana.
Hello. Sorry, I had to deal with like a massive crash of everything. Give me a second. I'm
Yeah,
also
Ellie had
very
a
sorry,
skill issue.
guys. Yeah, I have lots of skill issues. Everything
have a
was
lot of
crashing,
issues.
and now the ads are running again. So have fun with that, guys. Hi, Luna.
I need more weed.
Wait, I need to join shared chat.
Hey, chat. Type exclamation mark join. We're doing gambling now.
Gambling.
Everyone, exclamation mark join. Go, go, go,
Okay,
go, go.
there we go.
Gamba.
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 Okay, let me just make sure that everything is running okay. I have no idea what that was, but I'm starting to have like weird crashes every now and then, and I don't like it.
You want me to beat up your PC?
Yes, please.
I got you.
So, chat, what if we all simp for Ellie and buy her like a new PC?
No. How about no?
Well, I got your
Why?
address.
Yeah, but still, like, no.
Why?
Because I
I've
say so.
committed.
Why is the
Yeah, but
thumbnail not
why should
saving?
we listen to you?
Yeah, honestly, you never listen to me anyways, but
Yeah, so why are you even trying to stop us?
yeah,
Just give up.
you're right. I give up.
Ha,
I give
loser.
up. LEPC donathon when I would not do a donathon for that. I have other bills to take care of first.
Yeah, but think about it. You get a new PC, you sell your old one, pay the bills with the money of the old PC.
Delay your
Gigabrain.
bills a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe. No, this PC should still be like fine. It should be great. It's just random crap. Like I'm blaming fucking Windows updates for it because ever since that one Windows update, I had these weird crashes.
You got Windows 11?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's probably just Windows.
You might want to downgrade.
I don't know, because I feel like that's gonna break even more stuff if I do that now.
So
Can I have
we got ads.
Wait,
Ew.
I can join.
Ew.
Ew.
Ew. Man, they asked me again.
Stop paying your bills. What's the worst I could have?
You're right. Let's see how long I can, you know, how long that's gonna work out for me.
to have food if you want.
No.
Oh. You reset.
Man. You know what? Fine. Tomorrow I will get my no, I didn't even lose the money. Everything reset.
Damn.
Wait, what do you mean?
Wait. Let me just go see something real quick. Okay. No, it's all good.
Everything's good?
Yeah. I guess I just lost all of... Oh no, that means I also lost some push.
B, we need to cook,
Yeah.
maybe. We need to cook.
I'm cooking. I'm cooking.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Why are you jorking it?
What?
Leave me be.
All right.
Special ingredient, Futa Fox.
All right, guys, we're back. I'm very
Damn.
sorry about that. Wait,
Who
what?
needs horse semen when we got fox semen?
True.
Oh no.
Very
I'm
true.
cringing so hard.
As you should.
Poor Kana.
Oh, fuck, it's right, Con.
Yeah,
sorry,
Kana is here. Behave. Or, like, do your worst, I guess, because that's what always happens when Kana is here.
You know
No.
what? We just let Kana decide if we behave or not.
Connor, don't look at me, please.
But you're the worst with your freaking
I just woke up too. I'm sorry,
jokes
Kana.
about airplanes and such.
Take her to the milking machine? That's crazy.
Oh my god.
By the way, I'm sleeping.
Good night,
Yeah, me too.
sleepyhead.
I'm waiting.
Oh my god.
Let's
This
reset
in
as well.
here.
There we go.
I mean,
What's about time? We waited 84
I
years.
was-
Look how much money I made
was
us.
cooking. Oh my god, look how many you sold. Damn.
Yeah, but also
God
when
damn.
I check how much they like us, if they like 100% like us, I can charge $20 more.
What? Good. Make them
I like that
poor.
it showed exactly 0 of everything to me. That's crazy.
Everyone type exclamation mark join. More gambling.
Hiccup.
Addy.
Hell yeah. We got
Come on,
Adderall.
you're not allowed to join.
Wow.
Come on, twice. Boom, I'm joining. My gambling points now. Ooh, congrats, Farrell.
Oh, I can...
Oh, it's only Wednesday.
What the dog doing?
Hello, Blast. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Thank you,
How
thank
dare he
you.
does not follow you yet.
There.
It's okay. I'm not very important.
What? Lies. Slander.
Is it slander if I say it about myself?
Yeah.
Is it?
Suing you.
What the hell? How does that work?
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
That's funny. You shut up right now. No, make me.
Hey.
How could you slander my husband? Like, oh shit, you know, you're right. I shouldn't talk about Kana's husbando like that. How rude
Yeah.
of me. How rude
Just
of
sue
me.
you.
How rude.
Oh, I got caught again.
Need to get acid and phosphorus.
Yeah, we have a few that we got from the sewer, so I hadn't bought any more yet.
I accept your apologies on my
Oh.
husbando's behalf. Thank you.
How generous.
Wow, Twitter really can learn from this beef right now.
Truly. Kana, how do I
Foxy,
look?
can you
Do you like how I look?
look at us
Am
more
I sexy
deeply?
enough for you? Let me know, Kana.
Yeah, I can get us some.
You.
How many?
As many as your heart desires.
Kana, what's
Okay.
wrong? You don't like how I look? Why not?
Wait, what, Ellie? What do you look like? That's causing such dread.
I don't like the thing you saw before I crashed.
Oh,
I don't think Kana likes. I think you should blink more. No.
Kana, her eyes glow in the dark.
They glow in the dark, Kana. It's so funny. Get your pants. No, nobody needs pants. They only slow me down.
What about a skirt?
No.
Oh, look at you.
What are you
I
doing
got-
outside?
Nothing. I was feeling the sun on my skin.
Nippy, I got you 60 seed.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Where's the watering cans?
We're just cooking. Oh, they're on the setting shelf here.
Oh, there. Okay. Yeah, I'm just blind.
Work it, damn. Damn, yanking that thing. Damn. Ellie, you gotta look at this. Yanking that thing.
Yo,
Damn.
that's
Wait,
gonna
how does
get
it
some
look like?
good extra fertilizer. Holy shit. Is Nibby like chained to the inside? Yes. Nibby is not allowed to go outside.
Yeah, imagine
but I
going
sneak out.
outside. Wah.
She's supposed to make all the drugs, you know?
I can't wait till we get the barn. I can run around in the yard a little.
That's what you think.
But it has a
Yeah.
fence. It has a fence. I can't.
Fence, guys. It's fine if it has a fence.
I'll still be within the boundaries of the house.
It's like a poor abused dog.
This is insane.
That is hilarious.
I just want to go outside.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh my god, sorry.
Ugh.
Making drugs.
Rex.
Drugs.
Drugs.
Hi, Kazu. Hello, hello. Guys, it's Kazuma.
Kazu.
Hello. The yawn emote. If I had the money, I would get so many emotes. You have so many animated slots open.
Gotta fill 'em.
I don't have the money.
Maybe there's a back door. Slide it open when no one is looking. Run for freedom.
I would never do that. I would.
Funny that Ellie knows about backdoors.
Yeah, I know all about back doors. Hannah, look, this is my toilet. All out in the open. What are you doing? Yeah, that's right.
Just making drugs. Just cooking.
My name stays getting translated true.
What does it translate? What is it even translating her name to?
Like Han? I don't know. Ellie, you can get a golden one. I saw. I want the golden one so bad.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
What is Foxy doing?
Don't kick flips. You know what I wish we... Oh. You know what I wish we had skateboards in?
What?
Cyberpunk.
Baldur's Skate? Oh,
That's true. That would be really cool.
Really cool skateboards.
it really would be.
Kana. No, I'm not peeping. Stop it. Don't tell on me.
Ellie is peeping.
Damn it, Kana.
Hello.
I'm just making sure she's walking.
Hi.
Man. What? What do you want?
Damn.
She punched me first.
You're threatening me with a gun.
I'm just holding it.
Get back in there. That's right.
Yo, don't disrespect my kid like Oh,
Okay.
dude, I had 10k with me!
Well, that's fine.
It shouldn't take all of it.
Don't I
We'll
lose it
charge
all?
you a fee.
No, you don't lose it all if you go to the... Well, maybe. I don't know.
Well, this is.
Oh,
I mean,
it's
this
just-
is American.
This is
but-
American. Yeah, but it's usually
Just
only
250.
250.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
you're fine.
Okay,
You're
that's
perfectly
fine.
fine.
Wait, didn't even took the gun.
Yeah, they don't take
Bad for
anything
you.
at the hospital.
I think
Yeah, I
you
know.
will
You.
lose more if you get arrested.
That's true. Let me just put everything on the shelf before I die.
Why
What
would
is
you
it? Oh,
die? Then you don't suffer anymore.
man! Not in the house. You have to clean that shit. You're right. You're right.
Chat, one gifted and I shoot Ellie on sight.
That's insane.
Do it for free. Where are you?
But
For
dude,
free.
bullets cost.
For free. I'm running away from home. I saw that, Nibby. Get back inside.
He's getting baggies, I swear. I literally snuck out to get baggies.
I saw her skedaddling about.
I like winced when I went right past him like shit.
She winced, guys. I did it.
Shit, I didn't sneak out.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hi.
Wait, can we collide? Let
Can
me
we?
check.
Hold on. No, that would have
Oh,
been funny
Wait,
though.
no, I stopped. I stopped.
Wait, I didn't. Is it because you're host?
I don't know. Taking shots to the face is either a hobby or a threat. Hey, dude, my character bounced to the side.
Huh. Interesting.
Two, three, 50.
Is there no button to like mark everything as red?
Nope.
Man.
Man.
Chat has great ideas for Nibby's character arc. I love it. I love it.
Maybe
I'm-
why are you not in your room?
I'm acting like I
I'm
don't see
getting
them.
supplies. Can you help me carry them back?
Yeah, are you at the...
I'm at the gas station.
Okay.
Look at the skateboard gang here showing up.
I'm
You
gonna
didn't
make
kill it.
so much mess.
My god, Eddie, I hope you slip or something.
Me too. Me too, man. Me too.
Enough with the boys. I need a real man. I said to myself, taking out the batteries from my Game Boy and putting them into a vibrator.
I'm gonna put the other beans
Thank
up
you for
here.
the hydrate, Hakuma. How are you? Plus, I'm gonna get
Stacking
food.
them.
I have spicy pizza calling my name. Dude, now I'm jealous. Where's my pizza? Share with us.
Pizza.
Pizza.
McLubbin.
Some more. The first stack mixing. This I need gas. Here. Start that.
Gosh, oh.
Sorry, don't mind me mumbling to myself, by the way. It's how I keep it all organized.
That's good. That's good.
She's
Keep going.
crazy, run!
I'm gonna get you.
Me
Nuh-uh.
next. Me next. I'm just itching for an excuse to fight.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, you wanna fight?
No! Oh, my god. Not while I'm bagging stuff. I can't even defend
Should we just-
myself.
Just execute her?
Oh?
Oh my god.
I'm running away
My
from
god,
home.
we're gonna make so much money tonight.
Should I be worried?
I was just emptying the mag so I can put the pistol on the shelf. So I only had one.
Did you empty our other pistol?
We only had one.
No, we have two.
Oh. Well, I emptied one.
The shelf
Money.
by the sink has the other magazine, by the way.
Oh.
You shouldn't have told her that.
She was gonna find out eventually.
Oh fuck, the cops! Oh fuck, even more!
Yep. Don't
I'm
get caught.
innocent!
Wasted all her bullets on Ellie.
Bozo.
I don't think that Ellie is a waste. That's pretty toxic of you.
What do
Don't
you
turn
mean?
it around on her. What the
I didn't
fuck?
have to kill her.
What do you mean? That's crazy.
That's insane, dude.
That's an insane statement.
Then I need. Oh. Go.
Still trying to escape.
Good luck.
Whee.
Oh, baggies. There we go. Perfect.
Oh, yeah, I got a whole bunch. There's
Thank
more
you.
in here.
Ew.
You good?
Yeah.
You winning?
Dad, I won. I killed the cops.
Let's go. In Minecraft, right?
Surely.
Yeah. Of course in Minecraft.
I think I just crashed.
What?
No.
What's going on?
I don't know. I'll give it a second, but schedule one just froze up.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
happened
I
to me.
crashed.
Oh my god.
No.
There's no way.
Should I
was-
restart the lobby after this day?
I don't think it has to do with the lobby.
Yeah. Let's see, can I rejoin? Yeah. Let me in.
Okay, I'll go and pick up the wheat from home.
At least your other stuff didn't crash.
True.
Thanks, it.
I dare it to try.
Don't do it. I
You
just got
don't-
a new CPU.
Sorry. The annual butt inspection had to be done.
Yeah, my heart just fell into my ass.
That's also hard inspection. Dude, that's multitasking.
Why is there a lamp in the grow pot?
I didn't do anything. I
It's a
was just
horse
cleaning up. What the hell?
Guys, can I take more wheat? I need more wheat.
Yeah.
Can I take the purple wheat?
Yeah, you can take the
Yeah.
purple one. You know what? I'm gonna bring the trash outside. I think it's time.
There is shit broken all over the place.
Wait, stuff is broken for
The
you?
throne is in the doorway. There's a lamp in the grow pots. When I crashed, it took the 2 stacks of weed that I had in my
Yeah,
hands.
it took my stuff as well.
Oh no. Yeah,
You know what?
we're gonna restart in a moment.
Yeah.
And I can't
let's
pick
get this day over
anything
with.
up because it says it won't fit in my inventory.
Yeah. Let's get this day over with like super quickly. Let me plant
What
new
the
things real
hell?
quick.
What happened to me when I got taken by the void?
Cookie ate all of the weed.
Oh, Cookie, no.
Classic.
Yubi says Ellie get out the scared the
Yeah,
shit
like I didn't do it. I was just cleaning up. Man. I didn't
I
do
just turned
anything.
around at the right time.
Haha, you're such a Scooby Snoobert. Hahaha.
You call me dad? I take offense. Do you see
Huh?
the lamp here?
Yeah. It's right there.
No, the one in the plant.
No, there's no plant. Like there's no lamp in the plant.
Let me take a
I think maybe need to take her meds again.
Probably.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, everything looks
Even
okay
got-
for me.
We got Ellie's dogs in there.
Insane.
My dogs.
There's that, and then the throne for some reason isn't on the wall where we left it.
What
It's
the
in the
hell?
doorway. So
Yeah, okay, alright, yeah.
Yeah, we restart after this night.
Yeah. Let's just get these deals done real quick. And then we restart.
And the TV's gone.
Not the TV.
Where's the TV?
It's probably somewhere outside.
Oh, it's outside the house.
Yeah, I figured.
Lovely.
Dude, we need to make more purple wheat. We got literally from one customer $200 extra because of high quality.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good stuff.
I can make us more purple stuff.
Okay.
For your very own drive-in cinema, right? You're just sitting there. Turn this lamp on. Oh my god, I can turn the lamp on
Oh my
Oh, I
god.
need so much more wheat. Holy shit.
first.
Are we... Okay, we still have read, so we'll be okay for tonight.
We would have had more. We would have had probably just enough if the void hadn't taken my weed.
Yeah.
But White was like, yo, bro, let me try that stuff.
Yeah, it took all 2 stacks of it.
Oof.
Okay, you got this. Alright.
Okay, I'll go and grab quick more.
Oh, you need more? Hold on. I'll just do the rest of the deals then.
Yeah, that's like 18 wheat.
Yeah.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Was the jar on the floor? It was the coffee cup that was sitting on the toilet. Or not on the toilet, on the TV before it got teleported.
I'll go quick and launder more money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got 14 grand with me.
Interesting that it took all my weed, but it didn't take my baseball bat.
Yeah, it only takes, like, the kush. Nothing else.
What's that about, man?
Right?
Chat, you're cute.
Oh my god.
I'm done.
Oh, you got Uno reversed.
What the heck? You mean I'll send Greasy and everyone else into your offline chat?
Yeah.
Oh.
Any from across the room? Yeah.
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 I love that.
You hear that?
Get fucked.
It's not my Greasy. Yumi needs an offline raid. Offline hype train. Get everyone.
Okay.
On my knees begging you not to autolate.
Let me. Okay.
Bro.
Hi.
Hello. Are we done for today?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. Let's end the day and then we can restart everything.
Yeah. Let's go and eep.
Yeah.
EP time.
Look at that
Damn.
money. We're making so much more because we don't use dealers.
True. Okay, let's restart.
Okay, I'll save quick and restart.
Also, I'm still so sad
Such
about the
children.
community vote. Like, look at this, guys. People voted for shrooms instead of fishing.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you?
Fishing would be so fucking chill in this
I want to
game.
fish.
At least we'll still get it one day.
One day. What the actual fuck, right, Yumi?
Right?
I knew you would understand. Unbelievable. Are we all in? Okay.
Yes.
Ellie, I just want you to know I love your Steam profile picture.
Thank you.
Yeah, same.
It's so cute.
Guys, I just want you to know I hate being here.
What?
Okay.
She hates
I'll,
us.
you know, I'll go.
No,
It's okay,
I was being
understand.
silly.
No, I stay.
No.
Keep being miserable, bitch.
Damn. It still moved.
What?
I can't pick it. Can somebody pick it up? It says it won't fit in my inventory when I try to move it.
Wait, is it the lamp
Move
here?
what?
The throne.
Or the throne? Okay, hold on. I picked it
Oh.
up. Let me put it back
Oh.
down. Do you see it at
Oh
the
my
right
god,
spot
it's
now?
fixed. It's
Okay,
fixed.
okay. Is there anything else that's bothering you? Is the lamp still in the plan?
TV's gone.
Okay, hold on. And I think this lamp is also in the... Okay, let me put the lamp back on.
How's the TV?
Better.
Okay.
Yeah, it just like it shuffled the whole house around for some reason.
Yeah, that is very strange.
Thank you guys for fixing it.
Okay.
You be too weak to carry
Anything to make
furniture
you feel
around?
happy
Yeah.
while you're home and not leaving the house.
Yeah. Who would leave the house? That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nibby, why would you
silly.
leave the house?
me. I don't leave the house. I don't leave the house.
Good. That's what I thought. It's dangerous outside.
I love
could
cooking
you.
meth so much. I just never, I just sit in here with the fumes all day. That's why the
Mhm.
furniture was all weird,
Yeah, yeah.
There's no windows in here.
Jesse, we need to cook Jesse.
Cooking, Jesse?
Have you never watched Breaking Bad? Don't you know the meme?
No, I know the memes.
Have you
Why
watched the
is there
show though?
just why is there no?
I'm still watching it. I'm like halfway through at
watched
this
the-
point.
I watched the first season and then I got bored because I had no one to talk with about it.
It's fair.
If you ever play Schedule 1 with me, just fair warning, you'll likely hear a gunshot every... Yeah. I
Oh.
understand. Yeah, like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Look at her. Are you playing games on a TV?
Maybe.
Oh man.
There's games on this phone.
We already have this one.
Okay, and then magic bean. Okay. Beans. What the fuck?
In my highlighter jacket, that's crazy.
Cook faster.
Me waiting for dinner.
Me too.
Don't tell them, chat.
Huh?
What did Foxy do?
Nothing.
Hi. Hi. Thank you, Yubi, for that clip.
You have a foot outside the
Go
door. What
inside.
is this? What is
Go
this?
inside.
Yeah,
Go
okay,
inside.
there we go.
I'm in the threshold. Man, one day I'll be free.
Today's not
we
that
don't
day,
have
though.
a truck or van yet or anything because Nibby would just want to try going outside even more.
I thought we had a car.
True, where's the car?
It's
Where's the
at the
car, though?
apartment building.
Oh.
I want my car.
Why am I doing your job?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm chewing on drywall, waiting for someone to do.
Yeah, go do the rest here. I literally just went on autopilot. I'm gonna pack up my drugs.
Okay.
Drugs? Like, where's the car?
Drugs.
Wait, I'll show you.
Don't tell me we lost the car.
No, the car is right here.
Where?
I didn't see it. Oh,
I'll bring it to the
that.
house. Yeah, this apartment building.
Ah, the beautiful hum of that thing. Like a dying hairdryer.
True. Alpha, don't give Nibby ideas.
Huh? Back door's burning.
Don't whisper it.
House. I gotta read it out louder. I can't read it all. You don't understand.
No, I get it. 100%.
The road is part of the road is part. I don't think they'd count the road as part of the house.
No, we
I'm
don't.
gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I don't know if they're gonna count that. They're gonna get me. You're just driving circles around. Hello?
Who's...
We have a visitor.
Now you can't leave the house.
No.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my god.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Ellie. I got this.
That's kind of fucked.
Man.
Well.
My escape route is blocked.
Oh man.
Maybe why would you want to leave the house anyway?
I don't leave the house.
You're not done
I've never
cooking.
left the house a day in my life. I've been here since I was born.
Mhm.
I swear there's probably a clip of you leaving the house like 5 minutes ago.
No, I don't. No. You need to delete the fuck. I mean,
I already have it saved.
okay. What are we naming this blend?
Yumi.
Your mama.
That's insane. I think, do I still need to mix the beans into it? Did I mix the beans in it?
Maybe I need to DM
Yeah, I
you
did.
something.
Okay. You know what? This one's green. I'm calling it the Yoomster.
The Yoomster. I'm buying more storage, I'm sorry.
Hey, Nippy, I've sent you a DM.
Okay.
Ellie, I'm also sending you DM.
A DM for me?
Aya.
Wait, I'm stupid.
Okay. You make the next batch of the Yoomster.
The
Look, I
Yoomster.
made it.
Hey, what are you high on? Some Yoomster.
Some
Hell yeah.
Yoomster. Make sure gas, coat, battery. Yeah, okay.
Okay, fuck you too, Foxy.
Fuck me yourself, coward.
Has me tab out for that bullshit.
Should I step out? Do y'all need a moment of privacy?
No.
It's okay. You can join.
No.
Mm. No, that's okay. More for you guys.
I'm okay. I need to...
Oh yeah, are we getting purple drugs?
They were already growing by the time I could get to the hardware store.
Okay.
I mean, not that I'd ever go to the hardware store.
Mm.
I don't go to the hardware store.
True.
Yeah.
That, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
That's so silly.
Yeah, that would be silly.
Yeah,
Wait, why are we having the trash bags inside? Is this like Asmongold lifestyle?
Yes.
I don't know. I just
Now
put
it
them
is.
on Ellie's toilet, and she decides what to do with them.
Tea again, because I've been drinking so much water and tea.
OP.
Oh, piss girl.
Don't tell me what to do. No, I wouldn't.
You
Alright.
know what? Fine. Hold it. I don't care.
I don't care. I froze empty soil back in the room.
I'm so mad. I don't care.
You're not my mom.
You're not my mom.
Yeah, be right back. Chat, be nice. Listen to them. Oh, fuck, my headset's nearly empty. I need to charge it. Be right back.
Be nice, she says.
Maybe if you allowed her to go outside, she could take out the trash.
No! That's my job. Also, shut up, Yumi.
Yumi trying to advocate for me to go outside.
No, that's not gonna happen.
One day it'll happen. I get to go outside when we move to the barn. That'll be exciting.
Twice a week. Like, don't think you'll have all the freedom.
Man.
Twice a week.
Do I have
That's
a
the
curfew?
maximum. Yeah.
What's my curfew?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Frigga. I gotta come home before the streetlights come on.
Yes.
Man.
Can you guys make my favorite strain? What is it?
Depends. Put her. You should wait. That's weird.
I don't think I don't.
You thought about that a little too late after you said.
I don't think I want to do that.
Hello, Roswell. How are you?
Hi, Roswell. I'm in pain. My brain is slower. Yeah, that's understandable.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Understandable.
Have you made the explosive weed yet? I'll call it Blackbeard.
Oh my god.
I was patting my cat.
Kitty!
Oh,
He was very excited to see me, so I was giving him belly rubs.
Aw.
By the way, Nibby, you don't even get to leave the house when we're moving to the barn. We will drive you in the car there.
no, I don't want to go in the car. I don't want to go in the car.
That's fucked up.
And grow more weed.
That's fucked up.
You know, Ellie, our business needs to grow somehow, you know?
No, you're right, you're right. I'm just saying.
What do you
I
mean?
think I'm growing a conscience.
It's okay, Nibby, don't worry about it. I know you're upset right now, but we know what's best for you, okay?
It was the quiet. I think I'm growing a conscience. OG
Just say-
mouthwash and energy drink. Okay, let me write it down. With mouthwash and energy.
Which level do we unlock horse come?
Wait, how did I not see that?
Soon.
Kata, thank you for the
What?
follow. I'm sorry, my alerts didn't go off. What the hell?
Gasp.
Look
That's
at
not very nice. That was 8 minutes ago. I'm so sorry.
Bad streamer.
I am. I'm an awful streamer.
Ooh, police car outside. Oh. Ah,
Go out.
ah.
Don't be a coward. Why did it not? Does it just not play? Yeah, my alerts are just not playing. Okay.
Are they being icky?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
I'll figure it out
Youngster.
later.
The youngster.
Oh, actually, maybe they are playing.
So-
Hold on.
The thing is, once we put the Yoomster up on the market, right? People will order both. So like the meth and the kush. So we gotta figure out how we can produce both a lot every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so far the 6 grow pots seem to be making enough.
What the dog doing?
Okay, yeah, I see. I see why yours didn't
Assuming
play.
I don't DC. But it'd also take a
see.
little while for the sales to ramp up of the Yoomster.
The Yoomster.
The Yoomster.
The Yoomster. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah.
Can you check? Can you come to the car? Can you actually check if two people can sit inside?
I think they can, right?
Yep. Yep.
What? Outside the house? What the fuck? Just kidding.
No, it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Oh my
I mean-
goodness.
I'm not, Ellie. I promise, I'm not that heavy.
You sure?
Do you see
Why are
what's
you
going
looking
on?
at me
Yeah,
when
I
you
s-
say that?
I see what's going
Oh.
on.
Oh!
My goodness.
What happened?
I'm just
Do
heavy.
a flip! Bottle flip
Wait, what
challenge
if I
with
do a
the car.
kickflip with a? What if I do a kickflip with a car?
Nibby got out. I repeat, Nibby has broken containment.
Thank
the
you,
real
Tama.
reason
You're,
they
you're
keep me in
such a
here
big
is
help.
'cause I'd start eating people if they
That
let
is
me
true.
out.
That is true, guys. It is for the greater good.
But one day I'll get out.
Okay,
I-
I'll go and sell drugs.
I
Okay.
did sneak out that one time and get a tattoo.
True.
Oh, Yumi's biting.
Yumi,
Right back.
we don't do that here.
We don't?
Yeah, we do, actually. Never mind. Don't listen to me. But when have you ever, anyways? Like,
I was about to say chat you here, but you don't have to listen to Ellie anymore.
no, I'm talking to Yumi specifically.
Sure.
Everyone else should listen to me, but they still don't do it.
What if we don't listen to you?
I don't know.
I don't like the eyes Ellie gave me when you asked that question. I'm gonna keep listening to Ellie.
That's crazy. Let me get these baggies here. Okay. I'm feeling feral today, I guess.
Where did all our trimmers go?
Oh, I have one. My bad. But where are the others?
Right, where's
We had more than.
Wait, no, that's a gun.
I'm gonna put
Where?
this one in here.
Wait, I could have sworn we had.
Yeah, we had more. We definitely have more.
Hmm.
Let me put the trimmer in this one. Hmm. Maybe we did lose stuff while crashing.
Oh heck. Maybe we lose whatever we have in our inventory from like the last time the game has been saved.
I'm not sure.
Maybe?
Maybe your toe is sticking out. Back up a little bit.
Oh.
There we go. There we go. That's better.
Okay, now I know. Right there. That's as far as I can get. That's as far as I can get.
That's as far as you are allowed to
Drink
go.
water, you dehydrated
Hi, Cookie. We just
Oh.
talked about you too.
Cookie.
Oh my god, Cookie, hi!
Hi, Cookie.
Cookie.
Everyone hydrate and posture check.
I don't know.
What?
Okay.
No,
okay,
I
okay.
don't want to hydrate.
Hydrate right now.
I want to be
Maybe.
dehydrated.
No. Why?
I don't know. Okay, we have almost 3 batches of mixes.
Cookie, how are you?
Do I need to bag these two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they have to be bagged to be sold, I think.
Okay, okay. I'm a bag the Yoomsters.
Hell yeah. How many baggies? Oh, we got plenty of baggies. Okay.
Yeah, I
Alpha
bought a
consumes
lot.
200 milliliter of gin and lemonade. Based.
That's crazy.
Why?
Water. You gotta drink water.
Don't bag me. Why does that sound wrong?
I'm sorry. It's literally your name. Alpha. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
My mods are flirting with
Cookie.
Cookie.
Cookie. Hi. Hi. I'm inside. We tested it. This is as far as I can go. I'm
I
just
need more
enjoying.
wheat.
Do we have more? Do we
I
have
just grabbed
enough?
the last one.
Okay.
We might have enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
How are all of you? We're doing okay.
We are missing one single wheat.
no.
That's crazy.
Yes. How long until it's grown?
I mean, we can
Wow.
use. Wait. Yeah, no. This one could grow with. I think. Do we have any speed stuff? No.
I smoked it, but why, Edward? We need it.
I mean, you could try giving them all but the one and see if they still accept it.
I can try.
You could add 1 meth to it
A little
as
can
an
do that.
incentive.
Yeah, give me 1 meth. I'm on my way.
Wow, Cookie's not sharing with us. Hi.
Hello?
Oh my god, Cookie, why are you not sharing? I wanted to draw us hand-holding art. Okay, grab 1 meth.
1 meth.
1 meth.
Like Moomster.
The Yoomster.
Should we at some point hire employees to just grow and harvest for us?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of expensive. Why did I hear the cop detection sound?
Because I got
Did you?
detected.
Oh.
It's a
What the
stupid
dog doing?
Anna with
Oh.
at the
Oh, okay,
barber,
okay. Yeah.
barber
Yeah,
shop.
I
Hi,
hate that
Creely.
corner.
Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Hello, hello.
Ah.
Ellie and friends, just stopping by to say you are amazing. I wish nothing but success for you in your endeavors. Also, you have such a beautiful soul and you're an amazing human being as well. Offer you the daily affirmations. The world is a better place with you in it. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so
Aw,
much. Thank you, Krilly.
thank you.
So cute.
That's very cute.
So sweet.
Thank you so much.
Let's do a line to celebrate.
Let's do it. I'm gonna try a Yoomster.
Hell yeah.
Wait for me. I'm still trying to get rid of the cops so I can sell the
You do
last
that.
stuff.
I'll take double dose.
I want to get high with my friends.
Damn, Yumi, look what you're doing to me.
I
Yeah,
want to
you
get high with
also
some Yoom stuff.
go up to the wall here. You have a built-in flashlight now.
Oh shit. Well, thanks for telling me about that one at least.
I'm sorry, I thought you knew.
Nice. She accepted.
Hey, let's go. Just
That's
doing my
gay,
part
I
in
say,
spreading
with tears
positivity within our
drowning.
community. Thank you. Wait, your skin actually turned green? Yeah, look at me.
Yeah.
What is the smoke emanating from my pores?
That's the foggy effect. I think it makes
Ah.
it so the cops detect you a little slower.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Where's
Hello.
the Yoomster?
Where's your eye?
I have an eye. Just
Where's
one
your
of
other
them.
eye?
It's right there.
I have one of them. Turn your flashlight on. Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's so bright.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Let's go. Hey, what's up?
Hi, fellow Yoomster.
Hello.
Hi.
That's funny. Oh my god, the
go
light
outside
is
and
so
look at the
bright. Holy
sky.
shit.
Look at the moon behind the house.
Oh my god, it's so bright. Oh my god. This is crazy. Everything is so
maybe
bright.
Maybe you should smoke some.
Yeah. Okay.
Do it.
Ugh. can't even see
Hey,
how
guys.
she's. Oh my
Oh, you look
god.
amazing.
Feel great.
Sorry
Go
guys, we
outside
have
and check
ads.
the-
We
check
have
the
ads in a
sky.
couple seconds.
Bro, look behind the
Oh.
house.
God, the sun.
Also,
The
hi Sir
sun!
Edward. Thank you for the stream streak. It's literally the sun. That's not the moon anymore.
The sun.
the sun.
Every GTFO player right now. The sun.
I'm gonna go
Guys,
gamble
come
like
here
this.
quick.
Oh.
Guys, come here quick. Come look at the
Oh.
grow lights.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yo.
That's trippy.
Holy shit.
So pretty.
Oh my god. Okay, we need to sleep this off.
The Yoomster just
Yeah,
makes
it
me
kind of
sleep
Let's
hurts
go-
the eyes.
Let's go sleep.
If you guys ever want to cleanse in effect without sleeping, just drink Coke.
Oh, I just smoked. I just smoked Kush and that would reset everything.
We unlocked horse semen.
Let's go and drying racks, and now you guys can buy revolvers and ammo without having to
Yay!
kill
Hell
cops.
yeah, brother.
And we got, I think, better quality pseudo, right? Let
Already?
me see. The drop. Yes, now we can get blue
Ah.
quality pseudo.
Awesome.
We need tons of wheat for tonight.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. Get to
Um,
Oh,
work.
chat, we're having ads in a moment.
I'm sneaking.
Oh.
I'm sneaking out. Got it.
Ellie, can you check on Nibby?
Hit me! Don't hit me! Don't hit me! Please.
Hi, Arcane. Don't mind
Hi,
us.
Arcane. She's gonna beat me. She's got this scheme where she's cheating. Ow! I swear. Hey man, I just gotta grab a few things. Don't mind me.
Nibby, how does the glitch work again to get into the warehouse?
You look with your back to the door, hop on the skateboard, and at the same time press E once, and it'll open the door. There we go.
Oh my god, I did it!
Yeah. Hell
Sperm
yeah.
shot. Sperm shot.
Spam shot, thank you for the follow. I appreciate
That's
it.
insane.
That's
I like
crazy.
the name.
insane.
Can we use that for our drugs?
Do you want to name it sperm shot?
Sperm shot when we use horse semen.
Oh yeah, Nibby, how much should I buy?
Of acid and phosphorus?
No, the horse semen.
Oh, I don't know. We don't have the mix yet.
Oh, I thought we do. Because we unlocked horse semen.
Have I
I
told
might
you the
have one
ultimate
for
mix I use
OG.
for the rocks? You did, but I forgot. I forgot what's all in it. What's in it, Kana? Remind me.
Hi, Danger Zone, welcome in.
Besides, I can't.
Okay.
I can't prep for a Kush. Oh Jesus! I can't prep for a Kush mix because we're gonna be selling OG tonight.
Check the shelf, I got you something to play with.
Oh, I think that's one of the ones that I use. Put something on the
Check
shelf.
the shelf, I bought you for something.
That's crazy! Oh my god, you're gonna be so prepared.
No, it's for you. Happy birthday.
That's for me?
Happy birthday.
Oh my god!
Whoa.
Ellie, she got me a gun.
Oh my god!
Yee, thank you.
Ah, this is such a cool birthday present.
Well, if it would be your birthday, Ellie, you would also get a gun. You're always like, no, it's not my birthday.
It's not. It's not my birthday.
Say it's your birthday right now.
It's not my birthday. What do you want?
Thinking about if it counts as a lobotomy if I shoot you through your
Wait, can
eye
you-
and your brain.
Can you turn a little bit to your left? Just a tiny bit.
Where did you guys go?
What are you doing?
Never mind. I thought I saw something, but never mind.
Where'd you guys go?
Did you just leave the house?
Well, technically, I'm still on the porch. Oh, no.
Does that count? Does that count? Is he allowed to be on the porch?
No, her toe is not supposed to stick out of the house.
That's
Okay,
insane.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man. One day. One day
Okay.
I'll get out there.
You know, you just need to ask nicely, you know that, right?
That's true.
I get nervous.
Understandable. Okay, let me start packing something.
It's not her fault. She rubber banded. Totally a game glitch, yeah.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Yeah, for
Can
sure.
we
I
get
saw
the
it too,
barn
Kana.
yet?
Oh.
Can we get the barn?
I was
yet?
actually about to check how much the barn is because we
Yeah.
are only at Friday, so we need to wait until Monday so we can put more money in the bank account.
Yeah, true.
Holy shit, this guy
It
ordered
looks-
11 kush.
Is it Geraldine?
I bet
No,
it's
it's George.
Geraldine.
George Green.
I love Geraldine.
Same.
Maybe it's a good bean. Oh, thank you, Kana.
The barn is 25 grand?
What? Man.
Bro, I thought it was 15.
Or
I need to show you the spray paint I put on Kyle's. Please show me. I want to
Huh?
see. Oh my god, I really wish there was like a way to mark everything as red. Oh, I hear music.
Ew, what's going on?
I don't know. Oh my god, also, oh my god, guys. I think we have like an actual arsonist somewhere here, like in real life.
Wait,
'Cause-
what?
The same
Huh?
like there's a building like right next to me that has been set on fire like 3 times now, like this morning as well. And I have
The
no
fuck?
idea what's going on.
That's insane.
I feel like it can't be a coincidence that it's always the same fucking building. So I feel like we have an arsonist with like a vendetta or something at this point.
my mom's here.
That's
Hi,
Mom, hi
crazy.
mom. Yeah, it is crazy.
Hi,
it's
Mom.
also scary because it's right next to me.
Like,
Right,
remember a
the
couple
fuck?
months ago when there was like a fire a couple nights in a row here in my area, and the police even thought that it was me because I went outside
God,
at like
yeah.
3 a.m. and checked it.
Yeah. If you want free guns,
Foxy,
beat up
why are you
police
starting
with a bad
fires?
run.
I mean,
Hi- yeah,
think
yeah.
about it. I was very suspect then, you know. It's 3 a.m. I go outside, look left and right, and try to go back inside.
Sorry, Yumi. Let me restart. Mix
Yeah,
it
you
up.
couldn't. You couldn't have looked more suspicious.
Let me
Where's my
restart, Yumi.
cheese image?
I scammed.
I actually bought
I'm
more cheese
hungry.
and more bread, so I can make cheese sandwiches now.
Grilled cheese.
Can
on your
I show
sandwich
this?
maker.
Can I show this to
Yeah.
Nibby and Foxy? This is great.
We need more wheat.
Hold
I'm
on.
growing.
Yeah, we
Okay.
definitely need a barn so we can like grow more, like we have more space, you know?
Let me see.
Yeah.
Still not working. Why not? Cheese. Nope.
Jeez.
Oh my god. I didn't even hear my notification. Thank you, Sperm Shot, for the follow. Didn't even hear my notification go off.
But yeah, yes, or Edward. I actually did that in my solo playthrough. Let me restart everything.
What?
Not just my redeems are broken. Once again.
Ah.
You know how
They
it
always
is.
broken. They're always so mean. On the shelf.
I think I'll buy, since we need 25 grand for the barn, I think I'll buy us tomorrow the post office so we can launder in total 5 grand a day.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Let me show you what Kana
Because the
sent me.
post office is 10 grand, and currently we have 8 grand in the bank, so after tonight we can get it.
Why everything breaking today? I don't know. You like that?
That's
Number one
amazing.
taco tickler. That's great.
My god.
Can you follow me?
Are you gonna hit me?
No,
Hold on, I'm not
but
following
you'll
yet.
probably hit me.
I need to fix my stuff.
Okay, put all my stuff down.
Yeah, let's go without any run.
Okay, leave. Leave. I don't need you guys anyways.
No!
No, it's literally just broken. Why?
I wanna make babies. I wanna make beautiful art too.
Kyle is my favorite
Yeah,
character. I can tell.
Got one. Where can I put this?
Did you not hate that you never get to see an anomaly spawn in your
Hey, follow me.
What do you mean, Zonk?
It should be somewhere around. Ah, yeah, here.
Reason I sell guns a lot. I see, Edward. So that's how you make your money, huh?
Cheese.
I fixed my redeems.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. I also need to post something.
Hold on, Greasy. I'm
Haha, I
fixing
forgot.
this too. I promise.
By the way, I still have a link of a horse lamp open. Did you notice that the lamp actually has a pee-pee?
Yeah, I know. I know. Unfortunately, it does.
I thought you would be excited about that.
I'm not.
Why not?
I wish it was a female horse. Ellie will soon own that. No, it's literally 12k. Okay, I fixed everything, guys. Redeems are fixed.
Yippee!
I take it back. Yep. What? Wait, Greasy. I'll show you. I'll give you the link.
An idiot sandwich.
I am getting jump scared in OD8
Jeez.
for the last 15 minutes with that shit. I see. I mean, jump scares don't really work on me, but it's good that OD8 has some of those.
Trump. So the commands are on icy.
What the fuck?
Sorry guys, I had to do quick something.
Okay, let's see what these two are up to.
I'm scheduling appointments.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I
I saw that. You're outside.
graffitied.
Oh, that's a
Hey, I was
That's
allowed
so
to go
cute.
out.
That's cute.
It is cute.
Look how fat it
I
is.
allowed her to go outside for that.
That's adorable.
And now we need
I'm gonna get that
a shit ton
tattooed.
of weed.
Ah,
Oh,
shit.
it's all grown.
Half fat, you talking about me? No. For once, I'm not. Oh my god, the lamp is so good, right? That's a great lamp. Okay.
Hello.
Are you putting it? Okay. Good luck, Greasy.
The fuck?
What happened?
I just deleted a whole stack of weed and I was putting them on the shelf.
Oh. No.
I'm gonna start eating the walls of this house, I swear to God.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. I was clicking them all in. I had 3 full stacks and then the 16. It's
Oh,
just gone.
no. Wait, I see the 16. I don't.
You see all 3 of them and the 16?
Yeah, I had all 3 of them.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's
Maybe
fine.
It was just on my side. Okay. I would have started violently chewing on things. I need... You?
No, I got handcuffed, but I'm doing graffiti.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I keep the money, right?
I guess we'll see.
Oh,
We'll find out.
100 euro fine.
Oh my god.
I still have a gun.
Damn. Didn't take any of your contraband, alright.
That makes sense.
Oh my god, we need so much weed. How much kush do we have ready?
We have... It's right next to me here.
Okay. Definitely need more.
Yeah, definitely. I don't have any more to pack though.
Maybe
You
Nippy
mean-
can roast some more so I can pick it up in a bit.
I will grow as fast as I can.
Can I buy some? Sure, sure.
Have we listed the meth for sale yet?
Have we? No, not yet.
But yet we barely have any, I think.
We have enough Humster to list, right?
How much do we have? I mean, like, what if, like, so let's say, like, we sell like 140 wheat a night. I don't think that, like, 38 was 36 is enough.
We'll see.
Okay.
Let's list it.
Okay.
I mean, we can also always just keep track of how much we're selling and
Yeah.
cut it off when we run out.
I'll go and start selling the wheat.
Go ahead.
Hydrate, hydrate. Everybody has to drink.
Okay.
I'd wait.
Hydrate.
I need to get something after stream.
Is it drugs?
It's water.
Get water now. What the hell?
I'm selling
Have
drugs.
you not been drinking?
What do you
No,
mean?
I drink the entire time. It's just empty now.
Well,
my
refill it
God.
right now.
Selling drugs. Chill. Calm your tits.
No.
Fine, then don't.
Yep.
Okay, let me.
No.
No, you know what? Fuck it. Can't be asked.
One of these. Yep.
Thank you.
Faster. Please.
I mean, we can always try the meth method again. Give meth
Yes.
instead of weed. If you read this up
last
to
time it
Ellie and
worked,
Nibby,
it had an 86% success chance.
Somebody
Yeah,
delete
sometimes
that
you can-
graffiti. How dare
If
you?
if you have a good relationship with them, sometimes you can short them and they won't get too mad. Sometimes they'll
I'm
try
out
to
of
stab
weed.
you though. What do you mean you're
Out
out?
of weed.
We got 8 more.
Oh shit.
I mean,
I don't
here's the
know.
thing, right? The time stands still, but like it still grows, so we're fine.
No, it
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't. It
doesn't
stops
grow.
growing at 4 a.m.
Oh no. So we have 2 more hours.
You can only do one
See,
speed
it's
growth,
3:40
right?
in the morning. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we had enough. I thought it grew enough.
Now we
People
had
are
like
buying
60.
too much.
Literally,
But
I think.
I think this should be fine. Like, look, this is already 75%.
Well, no, it's
How fast
we're
we-
already 4 a.m. It's like
Yeah.
it's not
It's too
growing anymore.
late.
No, but
Also,
it's...
hi Frismond, hello. But yeah, it's not growing anymore
Oh.
now. Like it's 4 a.m.
Oh, we are fucked.
We are.
I think we
Yeah.
did too much. I think we did too much graffiti.
Maybe.
I think. I mean, we can try to give them the meth instead.
No, I don't think they'll
That's-
accept it. It's not
Yeah,
worth the
that's,
order.
I,
yeah.
I get the last 10. I give them to Geraldine because Geraldine gives a shit ton of money, and then
True.
I'll
True.
we have to buy more grow pots.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
need more. Haven't
I'll-
caught you
I'll get
live in
that
a
on the way
minute.
back.
True. True. It's good to see you, Frismond. All right. Yeah. Let's buy more plants. We have enough space.
Yeah. We got more
Yeah,
than enough
I'll
space.
get that on the way back because I need to go and launder money anyway.
Let me pack these up then. Robots? Grow pots. We need grow pots.
And robots.
Robots too.
Ooh! Nibby, I'm
Mhm.
buying the AirPods.
Oh, okay.
Fancy hand-woven fabric pot that keeps roots ventilated, boosts plant growth speed by 15%,
Oh.
but also increases moisture drain by 30%. So that's actually fine.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty good.
How many pots do we have right now? 6?
6,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I'll buy 8 of these.
Counting how many spots we have. Here we go.
Do we need... don't we... We still have grow tents in here as well. Do we not
Yeah,
use
but
these?
they don't. They don't grow at a good
just-
quality.
Okay.
We gotta sell those in the mixing station at some point.
All right.
Okay, the money laundering is done in like 40 seconds. When I'll start the next, when we can eat.
Yep.
When I buy the second business and we can launder 5 grand a day.
Sounds good.
Yep. First rule of a listed horticulture club.
I
Nobody.
just read that too. That's really funny.
Oh my god.
Ah, jeez. Mhm.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, on my way home.
Hello.
What beautiful eyes. Wait, hang on. Let me turn off the light so I can see them glow. What beautiful eyes you have.
I know, thank you.
It's so dark in here. Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is delayed. Jesus.
Hello.
Hello.
Maybe look what I got you.
You. You. Hell yeah.
And I got 6 more, so whenever the soil is empty of those, you can like swap them out with the other parts that are in here now.
Okay. Hell yeah.
What the? You hear that?
Huh.
There was a gunshot outside. Maybe the other gang?
Do you think so? Get my view! What the fuck? Dude,
Oh.
I'm doing good, bro!
Which one were you playing?
The egg one! What the hell? I just saw her ass at some point.
Wait, Nibby, go and play at the TV.
Bro!
Okay.
Fucked up.
What the fuck?
What?
You playing?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Do you see it? This is so mean.
My
Oh
God.
man.
I go sleep.
All right.
Sleepy hours. Need to name one of your mixes a ranch blaster. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, they're
I'll buy the
Oh,
business.
so mad.
Oh well.
Well, honestly, the relationships didn't go down too much.
Oh hi Fuzzy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
most
check
of
my
them
I'll
are
check my
still-
emails afterwards. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Only a couple relationships shifted down a little bit. Everyone else is still loyal. It's good.
I'll make sure to check my email after stream. Jeez, I need to buy more bags. You too.
Oh my goodness, hosting business in chat.
You know, business never ends.
Oh my, business never ends.
We got a second business now.
Yay! Oh shit.
Oh, we can launder 6 grand a day.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hell yeah! And now we need to make lots of weed.
I'm growing.
Definitely
I'm growing
working
as
on
fast
it.
as I can.
Oh, somebody
We need
wants to
more-
buy Yumi.
Oh, wait!
Everything okay?
Yeah, the guy wants to buy Yoomster.
Yeah,
Yoomster.
Yumi is being sold. Let's go.
Wants to buy Yoomster behind Taco Ticklers.
Hell yeah.
Let's
We're winning.
go.
I want it!
That's crazy.
Go grab one more. Okay, and then this away.
Can I get a mix
Holy
named
shit.
after me? Of course. We can name the next one
Yeah.
after you.
Oh my god, look at this.
That's a lot.
Can I get these to stand too? Oh my god, I can.
Ellie,
Yeah?
I'm a bit concerned about Nibby.
Why?
She started playing with trash.
It was just a matter of time.
Don't judge what I do when I'm locked in this room all day.
She had to go
You know
crazy at
what?
some
You know
point.
what? You know what? You do you. Have fun. Who's barking? Is it Fox? I'm not barking. It's Ellie. Because
What?
you see spirit.
What the fuck? I'm not barking.
Kaya's like, yo, I want some kush. Wasn't there like this one game studio trying to sue Schedule 1 because it's like also about selling drugs?
Yeah, it was drug deal simulator.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to that?
Didn't they lose in like the most embarrassing way?
Definitely. Yep. They lost.
It was either I think they lost or I think they backed down because of like community uproar. Everyone kind of went, "You're fucking stupid," and they went, "Yeah, you're right. Our bad."
Yeah, you're right.
Well, at least they realized, I guess. But yeah, that was really dumb and embarrassing.
Right?
Like you know you could see what they tried to do, but like, nuh-uh. Pizza time. I want pizza. I'm holding nothing.
Your hands are positioned
but
like you're holding a gun.
It's like
I'm
it's showing that you're holding something, but you're not holding anything.
not holding anything.
Yeah, that's
Your hands are. Where is it? Your hands are positioned like you're holding like
like
forward
that.
like this, like you're holding a gun. But there's
That's
no
why-
gun in your hands.
Does she have a gun?
Oh, yeah. Why do you
Give me
have
the
a gun? Yeah, but you're
She
not supposed
gifted
to
me
have
the
it on your
gun.
person.
Oh, I
I
forgot.
was showing it.
Gun buddies.
Gun buddies. I keep it over here with the soil that I eat at night when you guys aren't looking.
You what?
You eat the soil. Do we not feed you
what?
enough?
Oh, I like
get,
to
You literally
I
get
like-
an apple a day. Like that's fucking
like the-
healthy. Why do you complain?
She's
I
so
like the
greedy.
texture.
So greedy.
Right?
Tasty. I like the texture. It's yummy.
Yeah, I think Nippy's gonna cry later on in Jasper's arms. Be like, why didn't you leave my house?
Yeah, that's usually what I do after stream. I go to her and like, they were so mean to me today. They didn't let me leave the house. They made me grow drugs all fucking day. They're mean to me.
And yet
then
she
she
still comes
usually-
back
because
every
she-
Monday. Crazy.
Cause she's tired from work. She usually just goes, uh-huh. Yeah, is that what they
Yeah.
did today?
And Nibby going to be like, yeah.
Yeah,
really
they were
funny.
mean to me.
That's hilarious.
Do you know why they don't put ducks in cement mixers? Because it leaves cracks in the pavement.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
Wild.
Oh, I got caught by Yumi. I almost missed it. I thought you had missed it, to be honest.
I didn't even think about it. I'm slacking.
Yeah, how dare.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, Ludwig Meyer wants some Yoomster.
The Yoomster.
Oh,
An idiot sandwich.
I'm gonna get these.
So, is there a way that we can get the cops addicted?
No, we can't sell the cops.
That'd be
He should
so
implement
helpful.
that. That would be really good.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello, Captain. How
Hello,
are
Captain. Hello, hello.
Hi, Captain.
you? Guys, I miss my mom.
Aw.
I can't wait
Me
to see
too.
my mom. Oh, thank you, Captain, for hurling a brick at my head for 30 biddies. Thank you.
I'll go quick and grab a snack.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I
get
still
one
smell
too?
the food I cooked earlier. And now my brain is like, hey, you should get some. And I'm like, you're right. You're so
Your-
right,
your brain is
Should
so
listen
right.
more to you.
Yeah.
Alright,
I need 20.
be right back. You want
I
some
think she'll
swap?
get us. Yeah, snack.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Hungry. Is this music from Lies of P? No, this music is by somebody named Elowine. She makes really pretty slow jazz music.
I have a snack right here. Let me eat that.
You love a snack?
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm hungry. I want a snack.
Guys, I think Nibby's going crazy. What's new?
I'm not going crazy. I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. I'm not. I'm great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's great to hear. Very
So
convincing.
all the weed is ready to be trimmed.
Okay. I forgot I have the thingies, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go back to playing with the door.
Maybe we should let her outside more often. We put them in here. See.
Thanks. These are emptied. So they go here. The new ones get placed. These ones are not empty yet. Okay. 2, 3.
Greasy is fishing.
What did Greasy catch?
I don't know. I'm blind.
Me too.
Oh, let's go. Twinsies.
Let's go.
Hi, goobers.
Hello.
Hello.
I got soup.
Oh, let's go.
You want some?
Yeah.
Ah, Forsaken! Thank you so much for the 9-month resub on tier 3. Holy shit, thank you.
Wow.
Let's go.
Let's
How
go.
are you? Welcome back. Thank you. I can finally stream again. Forsaken
Let's
can use
go.
the tier 3 emote. Wait, did I ever show it to you?
Tier
Is
3,
it
yeah.
the silver tray one?
Yeah.
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 We just got back to eat more. Thank you so much for the resub.
Okay, surely we have enough. I'm gonna relocate these. Weed.
If we don't have enough, I will shit in my hands and clap on stream.
On
Promise?
stream, holy shit.
No.
Promise.
Do not.
Promise?
No.
Chat, someone clip that. She has to do it then.
God, we have so much
Okay.
fucking weed for tonight.
We do.
We better have
This better be enough.
I'm gonna crash out.
You know, you said that an NPC literally just ordered 10 extra kush.
That's fine. We have enough. I'm gonna go out as well tonight.
Mute.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm super ready.
Ready.
This soup tastes amazing.
Wait, what kind of soup is it?
Potatoes, celery, leek, rice, noodles, carrots, meatballs. Very spicy.
That sounds
Oh my God, that
amazing.
reminds me, Jasper's gonna make stew on Saturday, and I'm so excited.
Oh shit.
Ooh. But I'm
Love
getting
when
my
she makes
passport in
stew.
April. Can you wait before eating?
You could just make more stew.
No, you gotta wait. Otherwise it's not special anymore.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Ellie, wanna go together? We can sit next to each other in the plane and kick the people in front of us in the back.
Yeah, let's go.
It's diabolical. On that long of a flight, too.
You know it.
Have you guys ever noticed that it kind of looks like a butthole once you plant the seeds?
Yeah. Very cute. It's a
Does.
cute butthole.
so surprised that you asked me if I have a close-up ref sheet of my models.
Listen, you never know. I don't know how in
Ellie-
detail the YouTubers get. I'm just asking.
Wait, actually, I want to check now if you can see my butthole. On the not safe for work sheet.
Is that something that YouTubers do?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Like, I'm trying to find out how YouTubers have their ref sheets. Like, do they have vagina
No, you
details
can't
and
see my
stuff like that?
butthole, but you can see the taco.
But do you also have a close-up of the taco? That's my question. You know what I mean?
No, but it's like 6K resolution or something.
Okay, I see. Let's see.
You can zoom in
Ew.
a lot.
Damn.
Sorry.
I mean, that's good info to have.
Yeah, I know how much you enjoy drawing lewd art, so maybe I can
Yeah,
commission
so
you
much.
one day for that.
Yeah. Yumi, don't look at me like this. I'm just curious.
Yumi, avert your gaze.
Am I listening to? Ellie asked me if she can see my asshole on my new ref sheet.
I'm just wondering how it works, okay?
How an asshole works?
No, like how ref sheets work for the looter side of the VTuber. Oh. Of the VTuber community.
Wait. Why did I just got a shout out on your channel?
Because you were typing something. And
Yeah, but
this
I
is
tried
restarted-
typing it today.
Yeah, but I had to restart, mix it up.
True.
This is gonna make it into an alley short. I can feel it. Listen.
Yeah, I can't wait
Yes,
for my wife to
please.
see that one.
Please let YouTube know about my asshole. Do
I
that,
will.
Ellie, please.
I will. I got you.
Ellie, I just want you to know the reason that Jasper was getting so frustrated with your shorts is because they were showing up at like 6 in the morning when we'd get up.
Oh no!
Her alarm would go off for work and she'd be like, okay, I'm gonna watch some TikToks before I get ready. And it'd be like the first video that would show up is us saying some unhinged shit.
That's her fault for following. I'm just gonna be real with you. That's her fault for following
Did she
me.
follow?
Yeah.
She
That's all I'm gonna say. She followed. That's her fault. I was like, wait, I know that name.
Oh, it was so funny when I was just like browsing YouTube when I was sick, right? It's like a couple shorts before sleep, 4 a.m. and then suddenly was just like freaking Ellie playing with melons.
That one is
I was
great.
like, Jesus, I need some sleep.
No, I'm gonna be honest. The first time you post that, Ellie, that jump scared the hell out of me too.
I know. I hear a lot of people say that. Why would you attack me in broad daylight? You bitch.
Are you blind?
No, I'm not.
I think you are.
I don't think I am.
She's just testing the supply again. It's not nighttime for her.
No, my eyes are
Stay-
just so adjusted because 2 people forgot to tell me about a flashlight. So now everything is bright
I don't
to
know
me.
what you're talking about.
No, this is not my fault.
Ellie, you
I
could have
thought
just
you knew.
asked if there's a flashlight, you know? You could have just asked. Like,
Well,
stop
I
blaming
didn't know
others.
that I could even ask for that.
Hey guys.
Like, where's the
are there
jerk off
flashlights in
button?
this game?
Well, I don't feel like you really need a flashlight in this game, to be honest.
I start to explain. I can show you.
What?
Okay.
Bye.
Hello.
got a purple skateboard. That's so cool.
Is it purple?
It's purple underneath.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's so cool.
It's such a pretty purple too.
Ah. Never mind studying today, just opened a beer, and I think with that one something fucked up with production. It tasted so bad it almost made me puke. Oh god.
Ooh.
I take this as a sign
Oh.
that there was enough drinking for today, and with that also enough studying. Fair point, honestly.
Is there a number on the bottle you can call and be like, hey, this was fucked up?
Yeah, I would definitely like call.
Oh, I hear a puppy barking.
Aw.
Woo, 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 woo.
He go, oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Is that what barking sounds like?
Hmm.
Bug report your beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever get something where the supply line definitely got fucked up, always call and report it so they
Mhm.
can look into it. I'm writing a mail to the factory.
I give you a hug. I kiss you amazingly. No, you're amazing. Thank you. How's your evening going, you say?
Greasy, I hope they ship you a whole pallet of beer.
Me too. I hate those microtransaction beers. Yeah, me too. I prefer the free ones.
You heard that, chat? Ellie wants free alcohol. Send her some.
Only beer.
What if you would drink alcohol? Like, what would you drink? Would you drink like more strong stuff or like the fruity stuff, which is like a bit more light?
I don't know. I don't like anything, honestly. A beer every now and then is fine. But other than
But, like,
that,
what kind of beer?
Apparently, Yumi really wants mead.
give me more. Yeah. I don't know if
I
like
never had meat.
I don't even know what kind of beer is good beer. That's how I don't drink it very often.
The rare times I drink, I always drink it's like a fruit punch mango-y Bacardi rum.
Yeah, you seem like that kind of person.
Ooh, that sounds so good. I wanna try
It's so
that.
tasty. It tastes just
Mhm.
like mango. It's so
Wait,
good.
do you have a picture or like a link?
Yeah. Let me find it.
I don't really like fruity
Alright.
drinks, but I can that actually the mango stuff sounds pretty good.
I mean, you're fruity enough.
Yeah, true. Next time you're in Bavaria, I'll take you out for the best beer. Let's go. Are we going to sleep?
I'm waiting 2 more minutes of the
Okay.
last business to be done with money laundering, so I can start the next one.
Oh, does that one still run even though it's 4 a.m.?
Yep,
Oh, okay, cool.
it's done in 20 seconds.
Okay. Are both businesses running it right now?
Yes.
Okay.
I always start them before we go to sleep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Here, I'll just send you guys the Bacardi site.
Oh, that looks so good. I need to see if I can buy it in my country.
It's called Bacardi Rum Punch,
Ah,
and they have
okay.
a couple other like punch flavors, like Bahama Mama and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
I've seen these around. I've seen these.
They're so tasty.
Tasty.
Tasty,
Tasty.
tasty.
I still need to plan that one special drink stream I want to do.
Yeah.
But I need funny alcoholics for that. Or let's say Twitch-friendly alcoholics.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Nibby.
When
Do you need a
pots look
ball
so
or
fucking
something?
Fancy.
Yeah.
Should we bring you a ball?
Need something to chew on.
You know what? We'll find you toys for tomorrow.
I need like a ball of yarn or something. I just need something, man.
I'm starting to
Wait,
get
we sold
worried.
13 Yoomstar. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll take a little while for it to ramp up because people gotta get addicted to it.
When
Which
does
means I
the
should probably
Benzie stuff start?
That's a good question.
I thought it would have
started already.
Yeah, me too. Did we just miss a
Scroll
message?
What?
No.
Like the cartel stuff.
Has there been a spooky truck at the
No,
taco tickler place?
I haven't seen anything. Let me see.
Oh, you know what? It's probably because I haven't gone and bought acid and phosphorus yet. I was just using the shit we already had.
Okay, so
Go get it.
Okay.
Go get it? Okay.
So that's what triggers it?
I need a skateboard.
I'll buy a third skateboard.
Okay. And then...
Yeah, no, he isn't here yet.
Where is she? Curly.
Get this girl fidgeter. I got something funny on the way. Should arrive in the next days.
Huh?
I'm gonna bring her a ball. We can't go on like this.
Place an order for some pseudo.
Okay.
No.
Nibby's definitely not
No.
outside. Thank you.
They
Thanks
know
for letting
I'm
us know.
outside. I'm going to the warehouse.
It's all right.
I was
Just this
given
once.
express permission.
I did not give you permission. Just kidding.
You told me to go. Somebody clip it.
Oh, let me water your plants.
Let's see. I think I still have one of these. I need 5. And then, okay. Yeah. You went.
Wait, we can get a shotgun at some point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
What does he have available right now?
Not much.
No. Yeah.
You probably need to level up more or something.
Whee! I'm out of here.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch.
Hydrate, thank you.
I like that we got a dedicated shelf for our skateboards.
Yeah.
Joyce wants to buy one Yoomster.
Ah shit. Sorry, Yumi. Can you refund that one for yourself? That is just for the chibi. I forgot to turn that off. My bad.
Toxic.
Yeah, I know.
Was it the bald one that I tried
Yeah.
earlier that didn't work? That's why I asked, why ain't you bald?
Yeah, my bad. I wanted to like disable it then, but then I got distracted. That is just for chibi. Thank you,
In
Yumi.
the car. Hey, hey. Can you
Yeah?
go get the pseudo?
You wanna join me?
Oh my god, she gets to feel the sunlight again, guys.
Let's go. I'm in
Today
the
is a
car.
good today is a good day for a Nibby. It's like Christmas.
I'm in the car. Whee!
Wait, where's the drop?
It's at the taco ticklers one.
These ones are bugged again.
Next to us.
Outside twice in a day, right? Crazy.
I'm winning.
Nibi, do you wanna go on a little tour?
Yeah.
Like a little road trip?
Hell yeah. Where are we going?
I'm gonna show you the neighborhood.
Okay.
The one you haven't seen since
Oh,
birth.
here is the laundromat. This is where we launder some of our money.
That's where we clean it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of sad.
Here are the docks. We could buy this, but we are way too broke for that. Big
Oh.
skill issue.
We'll get there one day.
Soon TM.
Soon.
High danger zone.
Wee.
Also, remember, always text and drive.
Okay.
Chad, like cover your ears for a second. Don't listen to this advice.
I'm glad that Libby is texting and driving right now.
I'm not even driving.
Oh my god. Greasy, stop doing that. Oh.
Wow.
Up here is another fancy place we can't afford. Because we dropped out of school instead of actually doing a proper career, you know?
Well, don't we also have to kill the people that live there first?
Well, yeah, but only if they don't want to leave. If we intimidate them, then they leave on their own, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Can't we just kill
Anyway.
them?
I tried. I
Man.
can't get over the wall.
Man.
Anyway, let's continue. You see this green house here on the side?
Yeah.
It's fucking ugly. I hate this guy.
It's either that or drinking while driving, else it's too
Oh
boring.
yeah, it
That's
is a bit of
crazy.
a harsh color. Did you just try to turn into those cops?
I tried to drift into this corner. But over here, this is our current goal.
Ew. Look at the fence.
Look at it.
Fence.
She gets excited
Yeah.
over the fence. That's
That
crazy.
fence means you will never leave even the inside of a barn.
No, I could go. No, I could go outside. The fence
Are
is
you
there.
arguing?
It's like
Are you
no,
Are you arguing? Are you
No.
arguing?
no.
Are you arguing?
No, no.
Get in the car. Get in the car.
Okay.
Oh fuck, the car's bugged. Ah! Ah! Ah!
You gotta get it.
I'm having the full Nibby experience right now, tending to the plants while listening to two idiots having an
Wait,
adventure
that
that's
makes-
probably gonna get them killed.
Then over there, you see, is a church. Jesus is my homie. I always pray to him when I go to the casino.
Hang on. The car's stuttering around for me. There we go.
Oh, now it's stuttering for me.
Oh no. All right, that's better than it was.
Yeah, sorry, I need to do text the driving again.
Oh. Oh, Geraldine
Wow,
wants
Geraldine
the
wants
Easter.
Yeah, but
Let's
two
go.
Easter.
Oh,
Paying
Rich
a shit ton of
bitch.
money for it too.
what does
600?
Geraldine do for work? That's what
Drugs.
I want to know.
Probably.
Sorry, I was distracted.
Distracted driving.
Over here on the left, so second
Yeah.
business, post office.
Yeah.
Since we
That's
own
what-
it, we can just open all the mail. Who's gonna complain to our bosses if we have a bosses, right? Haha.
Aren't our bosses the federal government?
Not here. You see this on the left? That's for police station. Go fuck them. Run.
Run! Oh my god.
Oh shit, we
Oh.
blocked the road!
Oh, go across the wooden
Ay-ya.
bridge.
Well, that's crazy.
I'm
That
learning
is-
so many things today.
Uh-huh.
Look, there's one of his cops.
Yeah? Don't hit him. Don't. I'll tell Ellie. I'll tell Mom.
What?
Break.
Anyway, this is our home. Get back inside.
Oh, man. Okay. I got to go
Now
outside
you learned
today,
something
Ellie.
about the family business.
How was it? Did you enjoy it?
It was so freeing. Foxy
That's-
shot at a cop.
That's nice, honey. Don't get used to it.
She was gonna run a cop over too, and then I said I'd tell you.
Insane.
What people do for money, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Nibby was so excited, but she has to stim right now to calm herself down and just stack up
Yeah.
trash.
That's crazy.
Steaming with my trash pile.
But do we have the electric thing already? The electric harvester?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one of them, though,
Okay.
for some reason, even though we had two.
Yeah, we definitely
That's
had
weird.
two, and one of them disappeared.
Can't be me. I'm not touching those plants.
Honestly, it could have just been in one of our inventories when we crashed and got eaten by
Yeah.
the void.
Probably. That's what I'm
Fuck
thinking
Jesus.
happened.
We just gotta go buy another one at some point.
Yeah. So, oh my god, it's 10 p.m.
Oh my god. Drug
I
time,
might have
drug
to call
time.
it after the next one because I got tomorrow in the morning an appointment to get my new ID pictures done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Let's
getting pretty
go.
late anyways, so I agree. I'm hungry. I need to
And
eat.
I'm having a headache.
Oh, yeah, go lay down.
Yeah, we stop after today.
Who do we triple rate and run?
Is Nixie alive?
Oh.
We'll find out.
Why? Does she hate us or something?
I think Nixia hates us.
Or we go like 8 hours longer and rate queso.
Insane.
I'm down.
Offline raid Yumi.
Not-
Offline radio me? That's crazy.
But yeah, we can check in a bit.
Yeah. I have quite a few people online right now.
Yeah, Nibby is live.
Oh my god, the fish nibbler. That's my Oshi.
Yeah, we can.
Why'd you say my full
mine
government
too.
name like that? Oh, weird. Nobody ever says my name like that.
My
Am I in
bad.
trouble?
No, not yet. If you were in trouble, I would call you Liz. You know that.
Oh God, yeah. that would put me on such high alert immediately. Guys, there's somebody outside that wants drugs.
Oh,
They're talking
Okay.
to me through the wall.
okay, hold on. What do they want?
Should I make them an offer? Okay, follow me. I need to grab it.
Oh my
I
god.
have shit in my inventory. I'll just give her some of the random mix that we
Oh,
have
we can't
in
talk to her.
storage.
Yeah, you gotta do the thing then. You can go
Hey,
outside.
girly. Girly.
Hey, girly, do you
Girly,
want some drugs?
Girly, stop looking away from me. Do you want it? Yeah? Alright, now get the fuck out of here. I
Maybe
don't
it's like, hey, girly pop, you want some meth?
There we go.
Wow, she became bald.
Yeah. I gave her the baldy stuff.
Deserved.
The crooked special.
Poor crooked.
Is Cricket supposed to be canonically bald?
Nah, he has hair.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Change that.
Nah, I think he's supposed to have like fire hair. So like his actual flame instead of actual hair.
So if I dump a bucket of water on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's bald.
Yep.
Bald!
Shiro is a baldy
Is that why Shiro is an egg?
under the egg yolk.
Bald-headed.
I can't wait for our next peak collab. I'm gonna be so real.
Right?
I'm so excited.
Also one of his favorite foods. Hell yeah.
Good choice.
Fucking love eggs.
Me
They
too.
go with so many things.
Holy shit, Greasy, I just saw what you sent me. That's so fucking German.
Oh, did he send you the German letter he wrote to the beer
Yes.
thing? Yeah. I'm gonna read it after stream.
Does it read like a Karen letter?
Wait,
It
let me
is a
make it bit
Karen
bigger.
letter.
Yeah, that is so
Who
German.
used her?
I used her.
I'm not bald. I am although graying. It's okay, Yumi. I started graying at like at 16.
I mean, that's like how many years ago for you?
15.
At least 400.
I'm just saying, starting to gray even though you're young is actually pretty normal.
Oh, I finally got the visual bug you got, Ellie.
Oh, the one with the dart?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that pot for me though. Weirdly enough. The other ones are okay.
Gotta guess. Yeah. It's these two in the back corner for me.
Alright, let's get these deals over with. Then we can call it here.
Can't wait to see how much money we make.
Me too.
Money.
I'm gonna go this way then.
Cheese.
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 I love cheese.
Me too. I
I
want
love
cheese.
cheese, but it don't love me.
Oh.
one Yoomster for Joyce.
The Yoomster.
According to my dog, my graying comes mostly from stress. Yeah, that was the deal. That was the reason for mine as well.
I don't even
I'm
know if
surprised.
I'm crying or not.
I'm surprised Moon alone hasn't made me start crying.
Yeah, cats tend to do that.
Cat likes onion and garlic and dark chocolate, and I swear to God, if she ever eats it again, I'm gonna have a heart attack and die. Dress alone.
So can it be you would look pretty when you'd have a heart attack?
That's crazy. that is. I was. I was thinking you're gonna say you would look pretty with gray hair, but there's the heart attack.
Right? I thought it was gonna be so wholesome, like,
I
Yeah,
don't
me
know how
too.
you look like. I can't say that.
I don't know, you
Oh, that's
pretend.
funny.
You can pretend.
Now my mom told me not to lie.
Damn.
Wow.
I think you would all be pretty with gray hair.
I don't think I look too bad. I have like one
think
of
you look good.
those fancy streaks. You know what I mean? So it's not that bad.
Ooh.
Oh. So pretty.
I remember when Ellie did a face reveal and everyone in Nusu Gang simped for her.
That's crazy.
Ellie did a face reveal?
Yeah.
Man.
It was a whole real life cow picture.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Oops. Jesus. I brought you a ball and you're still playing with the door.
It makes funny noises.
Just use this.
Oh,
Play with the ball.
Guys, can you do
My
me a favor
God.
quick? Can you check the bank account? Are you looking?
yeah. Wow. Let's go.
So after the next day we have a barn.
Hell yeah.
I also have 11k on me, by the way.
Damn, I still have 6k on me. But I'm gonna put them in the laundromat now in the other business.
I'm gonna just put this money in the ATM. There. Nibby is so
Yeah, but
broke.
you mean Nibby doesn't need money because she doesn't leave the house.
True.
Yeah. This is my stimulation.
This is our enrichment right here.
Yes, my enrichment time.
Oh man. Oh, forgot about this guy.
Oh my God.
Wait,
Am I beautiful?
Yes.
I think one of the deals bugged out, but that's okay. Oh no, wait, that's tomorrow. Never mind. Oh my god, look at her. Look at all of this enrichment.
Yeah, it looks insane.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like a lizard. I got my little enrichment things in my tank.
I love that
Go
I've mostly
lizard.
been watching Nibby's POV today as well. Every time I swap over, I'm like, wow, look at the outside.
The outside world. Yeah, and then I book it, and somebody in their chat goes, "She's outside! She's outside!"
That's really funny. All right, guys, let's go
It's
sleep.
for game.
Let's go sleep.
Time for
Okay.
sleep.
It's time to call it
Dad.
here.
Let me see who we can triple raid.
Yeah, let's see.
Look at all that XP and money.
So much
Yo,
money.
Hustler 5.
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Let's take a look.
If you're
Who do
ever
we
looking
harass?
down at the ground. That's true. If you don't see us, we don't see you. That's how it goes.
Let's test the theory. It's not working, guys. It's not working.
Ah.
Okay, who do we raid?
Oh, welcome home, Limey, but we're calling it for today. I'm sorry. Hmm.
Ha.
Huh. Damn, I don't know.
I'm going through my list like everyone is live.
You know little Nick though?
Who?
Wait, I'll send his link in group chat.
Midi is also live. Doing supper fun.
Oh, Subathon? We could go over there.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Should we say hi to Midi?
What
Do you need the name?
is the full
Yeah.
name? I think I'm following them, but I can't find them.
Yeah,
MIDI
yeah, I
EXO,
found
that's
in
it.
the-
Yeah.
Chat, we're raiding.
All right, we're raiding chat. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see you guys
for
tomorrow.
joining.
I'll see you tomorrow at the
See you
usual
guys later
time.
this week. Bye bye. Yeah, everyone copy the raid message in my chat.
Raid message. Hold on.
Raid message.
What kind of raid message should we go for?
I don't know. My chat got my right message.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Chat, copy the message.
I don't know. Just throw bricks. That's my raid
There we
message.
go.
PP raid.
PP raid, and
Bye
if you're
bye,
not subbed,
everyone.
just do this one.
Thank you everyone for vibing with us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah, yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. And
Bye
yeah,
bye. You're all cute.
you're all right.
I guess you're okay.
I guess you're okay.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys. I'll see you.
Bye,
Okay, we're all
guys.
packed up. Bye.